Hello again. So now after creating the three necessary virtual machine, the ESXi1, the ESXi2 and the vCenter server, it's another virtual machine. If you have more RAM, you can create a new virtual machine and use the Windows Server 2012 or 2018 or any server to create a domain controller. This one is good for more practical to create a domain controller, to have a database of user and password, etc. You can use it. So simply click Windows Server. For example, this one, call it like that. DC, that's mean domain controller. Next, then the RAM, you can change it. For example, you can simply give it only a 14 gigabytes because we're going to use it only for the domain controller. Then next, then of course you can give it 2 gigabytes or the minimum is 1 gigabyte. You can choose 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabytes or any size you want, but of course 1 gigabyte will be enough for a domain controller because we're going to use it only for a domain controller. Then you click close, finish, etc. So another machine for the domain controller. So now after completing the log, the installation of the ESXi, then the Windows Server, you install a Windows Server right here, then you install the vCenter server inside it, then the domain controller, then you activate the domain controller inside this machine, as I show you in my other file training course. The next step is to power all the virtual machine. So you power the domain controller, then you power the ESXi, then the vCenter. So the important is to power all these four virtual machines. So for example, this one, you click apply virtual machine, then you open another VM workstation like that. Then you power on the Windows Server like that, apply. Then you power another virtual machine of the ESXi like that, click power on. So here you will see the installation will start. Then again for the other virtual machine like that, the ESXi number 2, power on. Then you simply minimize them inside your toolbar. Remember later, minimize, etc. So if you check right here, all the server, all the four virtual machine is powered on. The domain controller, the Windows server of the vCenter, the ESXi1, ESXi2. So when, for example, ESXi1, you want to connect to the ESXi1 and start managing them, you can use your Firefox browser or Google Chrome browser and connect to the IP address of the ESXi. How to get the IP address? You will see it in my file training course, how to get the IP address of the ESXi host number 1, the ESXi host number 2, etc. You simply type the IP address and you will have a connection between your browser and your ESXi host directly. So this is the end of this course. And if you want to know more about the ESXi installation, management, configuration, etc., or how to use the vCenter, how to have connection between vCenter server and the ESXi server, how to add an ESXi inside a vCenter, how to do the cloning, the templates, the installation, the creating virtual machine, the managing the resource, the creating user, etc. A lot of information. You need to enroll in my other course about VMware vSphere 6.5 course that will show you step by step how to do the installation and all the other feature of the VMware to master the virtualization through the VMware vSphere tools. So see you in the next course.